What is good, guys? It's your boy Dairyman back at it again with another Blast from the Past review. Today we got Mac Miller Circles. Now, the sequel to Swimming the Hummus, Posthumous release by the one and only late, great Mac Miller, man. And this is a beautiful album, like the last one. I only just like one track. Um, Hand Me Downs just didn't really do it for me. Just wasn't my cup of tea. It didn't feel like it did much like the other tracks in terms of catchiness, production, and overall just pure sentiment and art shown with each of the tracks that we listened to, that I listened to. What I'm saying about we. Maybe y'all have, because I mean, who hasn't, right? It's been out for a minute now. Little minute. But yeah, start off with Circles. It's just you know, it's just like the opening track from Swimming. It's just sad. Like it's really depressing. And it sucks. It hurts that, your life can really just go in a circle. And you let the addiction just win, you let the sinful shit win, and can't really escape from it. But beautiful, nonetheless. And it really is a good perspective on how addiction sometimes wins. Or not just addiction, but any sinful shit that you let overtake your life that might, just put you down a downward spiral. Um, but yeah, um, complicated. Um, Complicated really just sounds like a song that, a lot of people that feel depressed would listen to, just the state of just not really enjoying life to the fullest, and honestly just looking at all the negative aspects of life and not really being able to find any, you know, you gotta find hobbies, you gotta find stuff to do with your life to make it a little bit happier, man. You can't just be looking at all the complicated shit out in the world that's obviously negative and trying to put you down. Gotta do some shit to ease that mind of yours, get your mental health right. But yeah. Blue World is a beautiful track, beautiful sample, beautiful production, and Mac just raps on it. Does his thing. Just like some old school Mac Miller, honestly. Not too old school though, but just somewhat old school, where bro's just rapping on some W sample production and he's just um while the world is making me crazy and this it's 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 getting to you. You gotta just keep going, keep moving, and you know, we keep afloat. Good news. Good news, honestly, is like circles and complicated. It is just it's a beautiful track. It's a beautiful track, but this theme of just constant theme of like all the things you can't like the world is full of depression and any slight good news might not really, you know, really matter. But that's not the point of the track, obviously. I'm just putting that out there. But the point is when it comes to people that are depressed or sad back then, maybe even still to this day now, you could say that for sure. I mean, suicide rates haven't really gone down, right? Um, we don't listen to them. We don't take them for what they might be going through. We at times don't even know what they're going through. And the matter of the fact is how the world works is you just have to you have to be occupied by all the good shit, whether it's all the commercials and the products you gotta buy. You always gotta be up and atoms, you always gotta be making money, you gotta always have good news to give to someone. Your life's gotta be basically like that. It's just you're kind of like a robot in a way, and no one really be listening to some of the bad news that someone might be going through, or some of the fucked up shit that someone has went through. And if you don't listen, those suicide rates go even higher, which, we're still in right now. And I mean, that's a product of this song, basically. It's kind of sad. It's really depressing. It sucks. But just kind of how it is. Hopefully we can fix that as we keep going in life, but yeah. I can see beautiful track. When I first heard this, I thought the background vocals were Ariana somehow. I don't know if they got Ariana Grande vocals, but that's what I thought for a minute too, or not. But still a beautiful track. It really feels like a weird ass track that just I can love and enjoy for what it is, and it's awesome. Makes me very imaginative. Everybody, sounds like a folk song. That is insanely depressing. With the fact that everybody's gonna live and everybody's gonna fucking die. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's still beautiful though, because of the reality that, as the chorus says, I mean, yeah, everybody's gonna either live or they're gonna die, one way or another, in various different ways. Some more fucked up and sad than others. Some less fucked up and sad than others. I don't know. Um, but everybody might love, they might not. I End of the day, it's just how the story goes or how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. Woods, one of my more favorite tracks off this album that isn't insanely depressing. Just feels like an imaginative, creative. It feels so story derivative. Like most of the rest of the tracks, don't get it twisted. The rest of them point this theme of, honestly, you're probably just running around in circles in the woods. And, well, actually, to be honest with you, you're probably not in no woods. I mean, you're in a true world. But this one takes it a step back. This one takes like the camping nature vibe into it. And it kind of gets you out of the circle and makes you feel a little bit more imaginative and creative and enjoyability, all that shit. I just enjoy the song because it's a little bit off the theme of depression and a little bit more on that nature shit. And it's a great track. And then we go back to that song with the depression vibes. This song, honestly, I think is the one that made me cry. Um, yeah, this song made me cry. Because eh, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you just got that, I don't know if it's sympathy or empathy, one or the other. If you just have that in you, or if you could just even relate to this, even just a slight bit of being a depressed, like fucking teenager or even old person, where you just feel like you have done something that you feel like you kind of regret in the past or something, but you're probably gonna tear up to this track. And I have, because motherfucker, I know I'm not perfect. And you just kind of blame yourself like the loser you feel like you are. But it's a beautiful track for, I guess, reflective sadness. Because it's, to me, it's just it's insanely relatable. I can relate this to any past moment in my life that I want to. Uh Again, probably not a good track. Like I don't cry on it all the time, but when I hear it, when I go back to them, when I hear it, I'm just like, this track is way more sadder than it needs to be. Next one is Surf, probably my most favorite track off this album, my most favoritable track off the album. Um, Once again, painting imagery, also the longest, and kind of like 2009, just doing its own thing, and this is really enjoyable, and it's just, I feel like Max just like when he creates these last two albums, I feel like he had art in mind. He had the most fucked up, depressive art on his mind. He had a lot of issues in his mind, sadly. But he just kind of like Picasso did, or he fucking Leonardo da Vinci did, bruh. Shit, he just made masterpieces with these last two, and it's sad that we don't have them to this day no more. But at least we got these last two before he passed away. Once a Day is the song, kind of. Yeah, it's the song. It was like 2009 in a way. I just wanted to cry. I mean, I just wanted to fucking tear the fuck up when I first heard this song. I really wanted to force myself to cry, but sadly I could not. Later on, I would probably force myself to cry to the song because it is eerie, it is sad, it is really depressing because just felt like he made this song like he made this like he I don't know when he made this song, but like whenever he made it, I hope it. I mean, it just felt like it honestly could have been the last, not just the last song on the album, but the last song he ever made in my eyes. Like it sounded like this was the last one, man. Like, genuinely, I don't know if it is in his creative process. Let me know if you got to this far. Please tell me. I'd like to know. Maybe some insight. But yeah, it's basically just saying in the most nicest way, hey, take it one day at a time. Also, fitting maybe an obvious thing, but I agree with him that the world moves fast, time moves fast, aging moves fast. Um, take it one day at a time and try to be a little bit slow. It's okay to be a slow person, uh, because everything is moving at a fast pace. And then we get to the extra deluxe tracks, right? And floating. I liked both of them when they came out. Very cool, enjoyable deluxe tracks. Nothing really crazy. I think I like Right a little bit more than Floating. I replayed it more when both first came out. And yeah, I mean they kind of had like some swimming aspects to it, more than Circles in my opinion, but they're still really good tracks. And it was just felt like some old school Mac Miller and Braggadocious a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, they fit the swimming scheme a little bit more than the circles scheme, but nonetheless, they're deluxe tracks. I really don't give a shit. They're enjoyable, and I love Mac Miller, so yeah. 9 out of 10 for your boy. I still got two more, man. And thank the Lord I'm done with these two because swimming in circles are so sad looking back on them. I don't know how the fuck I just enjoyed them. Just like I actually enjoyed them. I'm not even lying. I mean, yeah, I did cry and shit because I was I had my moments and stuff. But I genuinely like repeated swimming in circles like they were just like natural albums and not just depressing albums. Like they were just like a part of my identity. Maybe because I had a little bit more of that depression emo type of vibe back then. But now that I'm kind of I wouldn't say I'm the best mentally, but definitely not as I just don't take it as lighthearted. And I did take it serious back then and still take it serious now, man. I mean, mental health is a big issue. Always look out for yourself. Uh and yeah, man. Love Mac Miller, like, comment, share, subscribe as always. Your boy's out. Peace.